So guys, the fall of CrossFit, yeah? I think people have been anticipating the fall of CrossFit for many years and speculating how this would happen, but I don't think nobody thought it would systematically happen because of a racial comment from its owner, Greg Glassman. Now, since then, they have had a growing number of affiliates and their ambassadors to the sport that have begun to distance themselves and de-affiliate from CrossFit and disavow it entirely. The latest numbers from CrossFit HQ is around 300 gyms have already de-affiliated, and I can only anticipate that more and more are going to follow. And now they're going to have to come up with a new game plan. With coming up with a game plan, so we're not going to talk about training in general today or any tips or tricks. We're going to talk about what happened with mine and Chewy's gym. Back in 2017, we didn't like the direction CrossFit was going. So we decided to de-affiliate ourselves, but we had a game plan for what we wanted our gym to represent, what we wanted to do to help people, and do it our own way. What happens now? You've de-affiliated your gym. What do you do? Well, I can tell you right now, if somebody wants to know what CrossFit is, there's a website. They can go read the philosophy, everything that CrossFit represents, the way they train people, the way they program, why they do it that way. You can find that information. Now that you are no longer a CrossFit affiliate, do you have that information? Because if you were a CrossFit gym, now you're no longer a CrossFit affiliate, but you're still going to run your gym like CrossFit did. You're basically taking a model from something you've disavowed and still running it on that principles. So let's think of it larger, okay? CrossFit was the global brand. Your affiliate is the local brand. Okay, you're building off the global to work on the local and vice versa, and it works as an ever-changing cycle to build your business. Don't think of this like somebody training. Think of this as a business owner. With this new gym, you have to have a game plan. Guys, it happened to us in 2017. We knew that we were going to break off from CrossFit, but we had to represent a local and a global brand. Our local brand became Derby City Barbell, where our global brand became Average Joe Strength. It's something Chewy and I worked tirelessly on in order to build and work on, and now we have clients literally all over the world that we try to help. So we know a little bit of what we're saying when we tell you guys to have a plan. Now, just like I was saying, you could go on CrossFit, you can read the entire philosophy on why they program the way they do, how they do things, why the training is the way it is. Your new brand that you're going to work on needs to educate other people on how and why you train the way you do. You can't just go off CrossFit's old methodology. You have to come up with your own. If you go to Average Joe Strength, I have an entire philosophy written out on why I program the way I do, why I train the way I do, why I lift the way I do, and how I train others. There has to be a representation that people can connect with in order of why your gym operates the way it does. I'll give you an example. We have a lot of Jiu-Jitsu athletes that we train. Think of it this way. For all you Jiu-Jitsu guys, I want you to think of it this way. You're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Your gym represents Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And now you want to get away from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but you're going to call it self-defense grappling. But even though it's Jiu-Jitsu, right? You better have a way to educate your community, both locally and globally, of what your self-defense grappling is and why you do it. Now, I'm not saying people should do that by no means. I'm just saying you have to have a game plan in order to construct and run your business. Because CrossFit was that global market that helped pull people in by that name. And you were the local market because you had the CrossFit name and you pulled people in with it. Now you don't have that. What do? You're going to have to re-educate your community. You may have to rebrand. You're going to have to spend some money. Now, in 2017, when we de-affiliated, one of the biggest deciding factors was we paying all this money out to CrossFit, but they really wasn't doing nothing for us. Like, that was the thing. Like, and I challenge any affiliate to help me out with that information is, what am I getting for that $3,000 other than using the name CrossFit? Because when I had CrossFit on that door, the name CrossFit is not what pulled people in our gym. It was the work that my athletes were doing. It was the work my coaches and me and Chewy would put in, working tirelessly to educate others, to benefit others, and to build a gym for others, not for ourselves. When you were a CrossFit affiliate, you were all tied together by this global community. And now you're no longer going to have that community. You're no longer going to have a spectacle to watch like the CrossFit Games, something to strive for. You're no longer going to have the open that pulls your community together. All these community events that your gym did, that your gym represented, are going to be gone. You're going to have to find a way to come out on the other side to benefit from these changes. Our gym has prospered immensely since we have dropped our affiliate. I think it was one of the best decisions in my lifetime I've ever made. I'm not talking bad about CrossFit. I'm just saying for business purposes and what I want to do, it's great. Now, I seen a post today from a very good friend, Gary. I know you're watching this. I'm talking directly to you. He put up a picture of Miko Salo, and dude's a beast, man. You look at him, he's just jacked. All I'm going to say is you don't need CrossFit to get in shape. And after I sent that, me and Gary are talking back and forth through text. He shows me some updated pictures of him from he's now doing a barbell club and some Olympic weightlifting mixed in with some bodybuilding auxiliary training. And he looks 10 times better right now than he ever did with CrossFit. And he's not doing it. I think he said he did 2 Metcons during the entire quarantine, which right now is spanning almost 4 months. You don't need CrossFit to get in shape. Don't let anybody convince you of that. CrossFit is a brand. A squat was a squat way before CrossFit came along. In fact, CrossFit, I think, is very detrimental to a lot of people's overall fitness because it sets unrealistic expectations. They don't focus on mechanics enough. They don't teach people. They just tell you what to do. My whole point, this whole ramble I'm doing, is make sure you have a plan. We did in 2017. Our local market is now Derby City Barbell. It's no longer Grindhouse CrossFit. It's Derby City Barbell. We focus on strength training. We have conditioning aspects. We also have our Jiu-Jitsu athletes over with Chewy and our boxing that we have under those coaches as well. So we have this big global local market, and our global market is Chewy working through Jiu-Jitsu for his Jiu-Jitsu athletes. I work with Average Joe Strength through our strength component. Now, these are people that we help thousands of people all over the world. We had a plan, we executed it, and it came out the other side of it. So all I'm saying is if you guys did decide to de-affiliate, good for you. I don't agree with what Glassman said either. I think that's an old white guy that made some very racist comments. And to my knowledge, he's still not apologized for them. He stepped down as CEO of CrossFit because everybody called for his head on a spike. But I don't recall him apologizing for those. But that's neither here nor there. But I mean, when you're ambassadors of the sport like Rich Froning, Jason Khalifa, Tia Toomey, when all those people start to denounce Glassman and not supporting him, but they're still supporting the community, but the community's pulling away, how do you support a community that's breaking off? Like, no matter what you guys think that you're going to do in sticking with a CrossFit community, if you de-affiliate, it's not going to happen. Over time, it's going to deteriorate, and you're going to have to come up with your own brand in your own way. Make sure you have a game plan. If you need help with that, guys, contact me and Chewy. We'll give you some ideas of what we did to rebrand and how we fixated our gym to become what it is today. But good luck to you guys. I myself, I'm not going to go over everything Glassman said. I don't agree with it either. But I just make sure you guys have a plan to execute if you're going to de-affiliate with your gym. Now, if you're not a CrossFit affiliate and you're watching this gym, make sure the same thing, that you have a philosophy to your training, that people know who you are, what you represent, why you train the way you do, why you program the way you do, and that your methodology is sound. It's not just a website glorified to you lifting some weights, because nobody gives a shit if you can't actually help people. Sorry about the ramble. Just something been on my mind outside of all the political BS with it. More so of just making sure you protect your business, because I don't want to see anybody that has worked hard to build their own business and they may lose it because of all this. And now, we just got off quarantine where we couldn't open. Now you're going to de-affiliate. Maybe you couldn't afford your affiliation fee in the beginning. You can succeed. You can make it work. If you need help, I'm here for you. Let me know, guys. But I'd like to hear everybody else's comments below. Go ahead, drop them below, and we'll see you guys in the gym.